Hello neighbors, it's me, your friendly neighborhood. As you guys know, I'm a collector, mostly Spider-Man figures, but I have dabbled in quite a few franchises of other characters that I actually love, like Iron Man, Zootopia, even Transformers. Oh dear lord, I think I might be the black version of Jobby the Hong. Except instead of being hyperfixated on Transformers and Gundam, I just have an unholy obsession with Spider-Man. But there has been one question I've been asked time and time again. What figures would you like to see in the future? Well, there are definitely a handful of franchises I'd love to see get the 112 plastic treatment, so let's start out with a heavy hitter suggestion.
Are you tired? No, I'm legit asking, are you literally tired? Is coffee not doing it for you? Those energy drinks just not cutting it for you? You tired of suffering a caffeine crash once that godforsaken, gross-ass monster wears off? Well, let me introduce you to today's sponsor, W Energy. W Energy is a clean, jitter-free energy drink designed for gamers, athletes, and anyone who needs a boost without the crash. W uses natural ingredients, essential vitamins, and a nootropic blend to enhance focus, reaction time, and endurance. With zero sugar, no artificial colors, and a great taste, it delivers smooth, long-lasting energy without all the jitters or crashes. Wanna know what my favorite flavor is? It's Dub Sludge. Don't look at me like that. I love green apple. I've definitely seen a difference from day-to-day life once I introduced W into it. Like, now I can actually focus when I'm writing a video script instead of just getting distracted every 20 seconds because my ADD kicks into maximum overdrive, and I can game for longer periods of time without passing out at my desk. So, what are you waiting for? Get yourself some W Energy today. If you use my referral link and use my coupon code FRIENDLYN, you get a 10% discount on your order, and you also get to kick back a little something to help support the channel. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to take a swig of my W before I get back to today's What the Where's my drink? Roll Cal, when I get my hands on you!
So make ready, start a revolution. Make ready, start a revolution. So make ready.
Now, if you grew up with Cartoon Network like I did in the early 2010s, chances are you have seen this masterpiece of a show. Created by Man of Action Studios, follows 15-year-old Rex Salazar, not to be confused with our other glorious king, Rexplode.
My entire goddamn skeleton.
I've always loved Rex's ability to build machines from his body using this thing that he's been infected with called nanites. And with that comes so much missed potential in the toy department. Doing some research, there was only one real toy line that saw the light of day, and it was by Mattel.
What the hell is even that?
Yeah, I don't think I really need to elaborate further on how that made me feel upon seeing that.
What's wrong with you?
These toys are hot ass. They're just gimmicky shut-up toys designed to keep your kid quiet until either they lose it or entirely or break it. The machine builds aren't even properly to scale in Rex like they are on the show. We were supposed to actually get a Mega Bloks line of Generator X figures where you could literally build the machines he uses, because when I tried to look for more reference images of these figures, I came up empty-handed. I couldn't even find any type of listings where you could have been able to purchase them from. And funny enough, there actually was supposed to be a higher-end toy line made by Mattel where the machine builds were more detailed, the figures were more detailed, and they had a lot of better gimmicks, but these toys never saw the light of day because, as I learned doing research for this video, the show was cancelled because of the lack of toy sales. And the reason for that weird fuck-up is the fact that they kept making toys geared towards younger kids, despite the fact the show was actually geared towards young teens. It was scary to the general audience of kids. You know what? Maybe you should have focused on making toys geared towards that older audience instead of trying to make a bunch of shut-up toys for 5-year-olds. So, what's my grand pitch for a Generator X line? Well, for starters, who would be the company handling this theoretical toy line? Well, Rebel Tech, I nominate you. So, what would this line consist of? Well, obviously, the man himself must be present. But what about side characters? I'd say Agent 6, Dr. Holiday, Bobo should be considered, but Bobo should probably be considered as an accessory for Rex. But I want Boba to be fully articulated, not a statue with bonus moving parts. I am looking at you, every figure that has released Spider-Ham as an accessory, despite him being his own fucking character. As far as I know, Van Cleef would have to be up there, as well as Cersei, Beowulf, Breach. I'm getting ahead of myself. Rex, the man himself. He's a bit of a special case because of his abilities and the fact that he actually does have different outfits throughout the series, and he has a bunch of machine builds with unique abilities. This is where Revoltech being chosen as the company to do these comes into play, considering their figures use a whole manner of peg and ball joints, so it'll be easier to swap out its regular arms for weapons, for his weapon build arms. And also, Revoltech is no stranger to making weapon packs. Now, one gimmick these figures have is that each alternate suit of Rex will come with at least one different machine build. For example, his base orange red jacket could come with Smack Hands, personal favorite, fully articulated with movable fingers like it did in the show, big fat sword, interchangeable with both arms, and also a piece that will turn the tip into a saw blade like it does in the show. Punk Busters, and let's say they want to do a special edition figure based on upgraded Rex from the Ben 10 crossover event. It can include upgraded versions for different effects. And another gimmick is that no matter which Rex you get, all his accessories will be interchangeable with other Rex figures. Now let's say for the sake of the argument you got Providence Rex, and he comes with all of his Omega builds, specifically Funchucks. You can actually take those and put them on Base Rex. And thanks to Revoltech's engineering on how they do their figures, it'll be basically seamless to pull the accessories off and on without it having to look like a jarring mess. I've always wanted figures of these guys, and while I highly doubt we'll ever get them, at least in this lifetime, a man can dream. Anyway, on to the next one.
Welcome to my life. I'm a teenage robot. The story of my life. I'm a teenage robot. My teenage robot life.
Let's be real, are you actually surprised I included this show? I grew up with Jenny, and she was one of my first fictional girl crushes. And now I make spicy out of her for extra money. That last part's not making it into the video, right? I'd kill for a fully articulated, fully posable action figure of XJ9. I am honestly shocked at the lack of merchandise this show received during its 3-season run. We're just recently getting actual merchandise in the form of a U2's bobblehead statue and a really cute plushie. Now, to everyone's surprise, I didn't get either of these because I'm not into bobbleheads and plushies. Oh, fuck you! Hey, listen here, nigga. This motherfucker is different because he is a rare collectible. As for what company I'd like to tackle her, I think SH Figuarts can do a pretty good job at doing the justice. I forgot to mention this, but I don't necessarily want an animation-accurate figure. I'm perfectly fine with a stylized, streamlined version of her classic design, along with an alternate figure being her Hot Rod Red design. Oh, Ragnar, you just want a figure of her so you can stuff her in a jar! Shh. Besides, that spot's already taken by Judy. The only other character I'd find fitting for an action figure is Vexus, mostly because she's Jenny's main antagonist. Also because she's also fucking hot.
That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Not surprised, you knew I had to sneak this in at some point. Yes, I am well aware that there are a shitload of 1/12 scale Raimi figures, a bunch of different lines spanning across all the movies, including Toby, Alfred, and Defoe's appearance in No Way Home. But how about we get a definitive line of the main protagonists and antagonists from the main trilogy, including all the Spider-Man suits across the movie, the Human Spider, the 2002 classic suit, the definitive classic suit adaptation, Battle Ravaged one. You can get away with doing the red and blue suits from the 2004 to 2007 movie since essentially they have very little differences, and let's not forget the black suit. Now, I love that in the midst of me writing this video, it just so happened that the third-party Human Spider figure was just announced. I will give my thoughts on it, but so far, it actually looks really good. However, it does look like I have some problems with articulation restriction, but that's neither here nor there. Rogal took the liberty of pre-ordering it for me, so we will be expecting that to come in October or December. But for an official company to take on that task, I would like to put that in the hands of Mafex. Hell, they already did an amazing job with their Toby figure. It just needs a trilogy-accurate mask and a young Toby head. And since we're talking about Spider-Man, might as well talk about my favorite iteration of the webhead, the 2003 new animated series. Now, funny enough, there are figures that have been made from Tenace, but it was only for Spider-Man and the Lizard. Though looking at these figures, you can definitely tell there wasn't a lick of effort put into them. They're basically statues with bonus moving parts. I'd honestly love a figure based on Spider-Man, Mary Jane, Electro, and ironically, I wouldn't even mind getting figures of the series' more original villains like Turbo Jet and those bomber guys. But who would get the license for a task such as this? Oh, I think our friend over at Sentinel is more than up to the task, especially looking at their Spider-Verse line. It can definitely nail animation accurate proportions of Spider-Man and the art style of the show. Hell, they can even make a version of the figure that has night shading. If you can make an invisible edition for Miles Morales, you can definitely do a nighttime variant for the Tenace suit, and you could even do a battle damage version based on how he looked at the end of the series. This shit just came to me while I was fucking recording this. I remembered the one big line that I wanted to talk about being made into Act 112 scale action figures. The Walking Dead, specifically the Telltale game series. If you don't know, technically they do have their own toy line years ago, made by McFarlane fucking Toys. Now, I know of this because I have the Lee Everett figure. And the Lee Everett figure is absolute fucking garbage trash. Like, for one, it's short. 2, it doesn't have the right amount of articulation. And 3, it's fragile as fuck. It fell off my desk onto a carpeted floor and the leg broke off. Like, this is why I don't like McFarlane Toys. They should have never given these niggas the license to make Walking Dead action figures. This figure sucks ass. And for one major reason I want a 112 scale The Walking Dead Telltale series action figures is for one man only. Lee fucking Everett, the GOAT himself. As I mentioned before, McFarlane Toys did make their own The Walking Dead game action figures, but it was mostly Lee and Clementine. The Clementine figure, I'm not getting that. Like, I have no interest in it. But Lee was the one I had the most interest in. I got the clean version, but the figure just sucks. It sucks ass. It's disappointing. It low-key doesn't even really look like Lee. And it's just all around a massive fucking disappointment. And I would love lines of the figure based around the different seasons of the Telltale game. So, for example, line 1 could be based around all the main characters in season 1, like Lee, Clementine, Carly, Doug, Kenny, Katja. Maybe Duck and Clementine can be like a... Duck and Clementine can probably be like a 2-pack. And maybe some of the villains, like the Strangers, the St. Johns, maybe the Bandits, and maybe even some of the Walker models, because the Walker models are pretty iconic. And now, who will be the person to take on such a task? I nominate... You know what? For once, I'm gonna nominate Hasbro. Now, hear me out. They don't need a top-of-the-line figure company to do the work for them. I just want them to be fully posable with proper weapons and shit. For example, Lee. Lee could also have several variations. I'm laser focusing on Lee. I'm sorry. But he is my favorite character in the Telltale series. Lee has like 3 different outfits in the series. One outfit has 2 variations. Of course, there's the outfit he has in episode 1, the one he has in episode 2, and then the one he has throughout episodes 3, 4, and 5. Now, the third variation will have its own, like, bloodied version, and all 3 figures will have, like, different weapons. For example, episode 1's outfit will have the fire axe, the shotgun, and I think that one will be bloodied by default, because that's how he goes around for most of the episode. The 2 outfit, again, he'll have the fire axe, have a rifle this time, and I think that's it. I don't remember seeing him use any other weapons throughout that episode except the fire axe and the rifle. Clean version of the episodes 3, 4, and 5 outfit will have the Glock, a hatchet, a shotgun. Also, he'll have like the walkie-talkie as an accessory, which will be present on all the figures. Now, the episode 5 version will be pretty special because this guy will come with bonus accessories. Now, instead of the weapons from like the previous ones, he'll have ones specific to this version. For example, he'll have the meat cleaver, he'll have the glass shard, he'll also have different arm accessories, like one where it shows the bite mark, one where the arm got cut off, And of course, all these accessories are going to be bloodied up. But yeah, out of all of these franchises that I was talking about, the Walking Dead game is the one that is the most missed opportunity that I have ever seen. And they fumbled the bag by giving the licensing right to fucking McFarlane Toys. Biggest fumbled bag in existence. Now, maybe Marvel Legends doesn't have to do it. Maybe NECA can do it this time. Maybe NECA Toys can pull it off, because they've definitely been getting better with their articulation. I know their figures are slightly taller than 1/12 scale, but if they can keep it in their pants and make it 1/12 scale, it'll definitely work. Those are all the ideas that I had burned out for this, writing the script for this video. I had a bunch more, but I kind of got... I kept taking breaks on this so much to where I forgot all the other ideas I had. And I'm pretty sure some of the ideas I talked about in this video weren't originally part of what I was going to be talking about. So that's a bummer. I might make a part 2 when those ideas come back to me. But I want to see what you guys had to say, because I did do a community post asking which franchises do you think deserve their own figures. So let's see what you guys had to say. The N-word says, definitely some Resident Evil stuff. Nemesis, Wesker, Leon, Ada, and some common zombies. Maybe even some Dead by Daylight ones soon, like the Trapper and the Hillbilly. Topic of Resident Evil, I've become a really big fan of the Resident Evil franchise in like recent years. I started playing the 2 remake, and I finished it, and I really love the game. I am a huge diehard fan of 4. The original game, which, you know, I have on the Quest 2, I've been playing religiously, and the remake version. The remake version is amazing because it essentially still has the life and soul of the 4th one, cleans it up, and just this once, it being remade for a modern audience isn't that bad. Why the fuck do I feel like I just heard a monkey's paw curl somewhere? And yeah, definitely I would love action figures based on these characters' appearances throughout the games, like for some fucking reason gets like the rights to it. They can have different lines based on different games. Like line 1 could be Resident Evil 1. And it would have to be the remake model, since they're the more cleaner versions. And then they could have one based on Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2. Now, as for Dead by Daylight, I've also been getting into Dead by Daylight because my girlfriend got me the game when Springtrap came out, so I've just been playing that lately. And I think some figures based on those characters would be pretty cool too. For somebody to take up that mantle, NECA. I nominate NECA Toys for the Dead by Daylight figures. You know what? Fuck it. I nominate NECA for both Resident Evil and the NECA figures, because I feel like NECA does... It feels like NECA specializes in horror characters. So I feel like it fits in line with what they would do. Most hated BBJP says, Wolverine! I think I need you to be a bit more specific what you mean by that. What do you mean by Wolverine? We got a shit ton of figures based on Wolverine. Movie Wolverine, comic Wolverine, video game Wolverine. I think one Wolverine suit that I would love a more updated figure of is the Fox suit. I know not a lot of people like the black leather suits from the original Fox movies, but I actually like them. They were pretty cool. And they did have distinct designs based on which character was wearing what. Like Wolverine's had distinct tiger stripes on the sides of the suit. Spider-Man fan says Sly Cooper. Simple. Sly needs to get a figure. He's got a Toon figure. Sly fucking Cooper, man. I only played one of the games when I was like a kid on PS2. And I remember it was one of those missions where you had to follow this salamander guy. But I kept getting caught because my dumbass would be too close, or I would fall in line in one of the people that were like trying to keep an eye on him. It's fun and weird. It's weird. Yeah, I know. That's a stupid memory to have. But yeah, I agree. Sly Cooper definitely needs a figure. I also like to nominate Crash Bandicoot while I'm on this topic. I know Crash has an action figure made by NECA, but it's his remake design. I want an action figure based on his Mind Over Mutant / Titans design. I know not a lot of people like the Titans games, but I fucking loved that duology of games, and I always loved this version of Crash specifically because he's a fucking brawler. He can fight. He can scrap. I might do my own review on the Crash on these two games because I feel like they're underrated as hell. Y'all were too fucking harsh on them because they tried to do something different. You didn't like them for it. Devil Baby says, I need a Starman Mirko figure. So I don't know what the fuck Starman Mirko is. Blank says, look, this may seem out of left field, but I low-key want an official 1/12 scale figure of Arthur Morgan that's specifically in his gunslinger outfit that's produced by Mayfex. Red Dead Redemption 2 has got a lot of amazing outfits. I know some third-party companies have been doing Red Dead Redemption 2, and I think I agree with Blank. I think Mayfex could pull it off perfectly because of the many guns, weapons, and accessories they can give them. The Only Star Shining says, Jill from RE1. I think Mayfex would be the best company for that line. I know they would add a bunch of accessories. If not Mayfex, probably Jada Toys. They think they would go for a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 look. See, I love how great minds think alike. Because they would definitely have to go for a specific version. And I'm surprised I didn't say anything about Jada Toys sooner. Mayfex, I think, would be a decent pick. But I also think Jada Toys could pull it off as well. But Jada Toys handling Resident Evil, because the only reason he brings up Marvel vs. Capcom, because right now they're in they're doing Capcom licensed figures, mostly Street Fighter. And you know what? Star, you're onto something. I think Jada, I take back what I said about NECA. Jada Toys should be the ones in charge of making Resident Evil figures, because I think they could pull it off perfect. JD Williams says, I'd like to see what the company Jada Toys could do with the Mortal Kombat IP. They've been killing it with the Street Fighter line, so I think if the opportunity presented itself, they would absolutely crush it with a Mortal Kombat line. I just want Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I'll take Scorpion and Sub-Zero as well. Wait a minute. Aren't Jada Toys already doing Mortal Kombat figures? Hang on, let me look. Oh, wait, no, looking at Google. Jada Toys has acquired the license to produce Mortal Kombat action figures. Holy shit! They actually do have the license. So if they do end up doing Mortal Kombat figures, they're gonna crush it. I would kill to get a Baraka figure. I fucking love Baraka. I'm so glad the newer game has treated him with a lot more respect than the original games did, because they treat him like a jobber, but I really loved Baraka, his design, his moveset, his power. The World is Dio says, this may be a minorly niche series, but do you remember Code Lyoko? I'd love to get figures based on those characters. Funny enough, I actually do remember that cartoon. It was on Cartoon Network. Usually it was on it early in the morning for school. You know what? Yeah, I can see a line like that being made. Maybe by... Shit, I don't know anybody specific. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I ramble on a bit much. That's because half the video has been done unscripted. But I apologize for being gone for the past month. This video was supposed to be out sooner, but of course, life has been getting in my way. I've been working a lot more hours, and it's been, like, wearing me down a lot. I apologize for that. I'll try to be a bit more consistent when it comes to doing videos, because I was working on several scripts at once. And on top of that, I also have, as you guys know, I just started my comic project for the Astonishing Spider-Man. If you want to support that, link to the Patreon will be below, and you'll get early access pages to the comic, maybe exclusive art, maybe even some commission work. Maybe commissions, because I do 3D art now, so that would be useful. It's kind of funny that I also have a NSFW Patreon, and I make more money on the NSFW Patreon than the regular one. I mean, it's only 2 patrons, and they're only $5 each. But hey, it's better than fucking nothing. But yeah, if you want to support the project, please don't hesitate to subscribe to the Patreon. I have like 3 free members. I have like 9 free members on the Patreon, and half of which I don't think they remember they're there. And I have been a bit more frequent and a bit more consistent posting stuff on Patreon. So I did revamp that Patreon to be tailored toward the comic. So I'll be more consistent posting on there, because I think that's another reason why people weren't that interested in the Patreon because there was no real incentive to subscribe to it because I wasn't posting much on there. But now, since I'm doing this comic project, I have more incentive to post shit on there. And since I can post early access stuff on there, it'll probably entice more people into, supporting my project. Money will be going towards, well, saving for an apartment because you guys know I'm going to be moving next year and I need to save as much as possible. But also, it'll be towards making models for the comic because Volume 1 is going to be in 2D. But Volume 2 and beyond, whatever stories I make after the Volume 1, because Volume 1 already has like the 2D models made, they're going to be 3D, and I'm going to have to commission people to make actual models because for right now, I can't make models very well in this software that I use, and I've made like one-hit wonders, and I don't trust myself to be able to use the full range of it properly, so I'm gonna have to go to somebody else to use it. So, if you want to support the project, please subscribe to the Patreons. I would prefer if you subscribe to the highlighted tier, like the $10 tier, to help me boost the numbers up, I guess. It would help a lot if you guys want to support the project. Again, just subscribe to the Patreon and just keep an eye out because I will be posting more pages. Right now, it's only the cover and the first and second page that's out on Patreon right now for early access users. But so far, nobody has taken a look at those yet. So, just letting you know, that's there. Anyways, and also I've been working on... I've also been brainstorming a lot of other projects I want to do on this channel. As you can see, the background footage for this video is literally VR gameplay of me playing a web-swinging Spider-Man game where I can use guns? What game is this? It's Battle Glide VR. I'm going to be doing my own video on it very soon. Because I'm thinking of doing... I've been getting back into VR. I want to do a video talking about becoming Spider-Man in VR. Yeah, I know somebody's already did that, but I want to do my own spin on it. Plus, since there's a bit more of a refined selection of games out there now. But anyways, let me know down in the comments below what figures... And I know I just talked about all that, and now I'm back to the main topic of the video. What figures do you want to see made by different companies? What franchise do you think is missing out on the piece of the 1/12 scale plastic pie? And what company do you want to be the one who makes it? And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the... I would tell you to turn on the bell so you don't miss notifications, but we know damn well that shit's broken. Just leave a like, leave a comment if you want to, and if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!